All right, let's talk about the HappiJac Bunk system now. So this trailer comes equipped, it's a toy hauler. The 21G is where you've got bunk beds in the back. As it's set up now, the top bunk is all the way up on the ceiling, and the bottom benches, couches, chairs, whatever you want to call them, are down and set up. So what I'll do is I'll show you how to raise those, bring them back down then to where there's two bunks, and then also raise it all the way back up to where it'll lock in place, and then toys can be pulled in, motorcycles, side by sides, or just if you just want to travel that way, or don't have a need for the bunk beds or the chairs. So the controls for it are located in the control panel right here. Bed lift up, bed lift down. So that's pretty self-explanatory. So right now the beds are, the chairs, the couches are down. So these do have cup holders. If you want to flip those down, both of them have cup holders like that. So what we'll do is we will go ahead and flip these down. There's a leg here that will need to be positioned up. You can actually do that. I'll show you. You can do it now, or you can do it when it goes up as well too. So a lot of times I'll just wait to do it when it goes up. All right. So those are flipped down. So what we'll do is we'll come to the control panel and we'll go bed lift up. Okay, so now both bunks are in the up position. So we'll raise this leg. There's a little button here that you push. Just bring it over. So now we'll go bed down. So I'm bringing this back down, and I'm bringing it down by itself so that I can show you. There's a little latch on each corner of this that has to be flipped in order for it to lock into that bunk up above. So you're gonna want to, when this goes down, like I said, in each corner there's it's a little lever that has to be flipped over, and I'll show you exactly what to do to make that lock together. So when the couch is down all the way, if you're not utilizing that top bunk, this step you will not want to do. If you want to raise the couches, get those out of the way during the day to have more space or whatever, you just want to leave these tabs as they are right now. But what you're looking for in each one of these corners, there's a little tab right here. So this tab, hope you can see it, is in the down position. So the arm of that is in the down position. So when all four of these are facing like that with that arm down, this bed, this lower bed, the chairs will actually raise up and down independent of that top bunk. So in order to bring that top bunk down, what you want to do is you want to go to each corner and you want to flip that just completely over. So let me show you again how I did that. It's kind of hard to see, but it's this little tab right here. It's a brass tab. So take that and flip that all the way over to where that tab, the arm now is facing back as opposed to down. And then there'll be another one back here as well too that will do the same thing. We'll just flip that completely over. Now make sure whenever you're doing this, this support, if this support in the middle is not down, don't put your weight on the middle. So same thing, tab over there and tab over there. Okay, so now all those tabs are flipped. So when I raise that bottom bunk now, when it gets to the top, you're gonna hear a click. What that click's gonna do is that click is locking the two bunks together. Okay, so there was that click. So now the two bunks are locked together. Now, if you're using this at night for two bunk beds, you've got the couches down, you've laid them down, you flip the tabs, you've raised that the bottom bunk to the top one. They've locked in. Now both bunks will come down together. And they'll stop in place so that as this comes down, once the top bunk reaches the correct height that it stays at, it actually stops, and then the bottom bunk continues down, and it'll stop automatically, and that's when you'll let go of the switch. Okay, so the top bunk stopped there. I did nothing with the switch. I'm still holding the switch down, and the bottom bunk now is dropping down to its height that it stays at. And it wouldn't be a bad idea while they're up to go ahead and drop the legs for that as well too. Okay, so those are down all the way. Now to take it back up to where it would lock together again, that's where you're going to want to make sure that these tabs here are still flipped in the back position, which they are. Okay, so they're pushed all the way back. Now I'll take it back up just to show you what it does. Okay, and you hear them locked together there. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna flip the legs down. So this is where, so that's the leg for the couch. And if you're using it for a bed, there's an additional support right here that you'll want to flip down. Now this time what I'll do is I'll drop it and I'll flip those tabs back the other way. And what that'll do is that'll allow us to raise it again and then drop the lower bed by itself. Okay. All right, so now they're both in the down position. So we'll come back to these tabs here. You can see the tabs pointing back. So I want to flip it this way back to me, and that tab, that arm, will be facing down. Okay, there you heard that click. So the top bunk is now locked in. Now when I drop it, just the bottom is coming down. So if you don't need the top bunk, this is what you'll do to have the bottom bunk and or the couches. Okay, so now you can see we're back to how we started the video. And then to make them couches again, you just simply take that and flip it all the way back. Just to show you again, the tabs, that brass tab is pointing, that arm is pointing down. So that allows you now to be able to move that bunk up and down. As long as those tabs are pointing down, you can raise this bed all the way back up. I'll raise it back up and I'll drop it down a little bit to show you that the top bunk does not come back down with it. So this can just continue to be raised up and down however you need it to be used if you're not using that top bunk. There it is all the way up. Now I'll drop it back down a little bit. The top bunk stays in place. So as long as you do not flip those tabs, put the arms facing backwards, they're always facing down, that keeps the bottom bunk independent from the top bunk.